Has someone you love started showing subtle but concerning changes over the past year? Many people believe that death in old age comes suddenly, like flipping a switch. But the truth is, the body often sends quiet warnings, months, sometimes, even a year, before life reaches its final chapter. The problem? These signs are easy to miss. They seem small at first, harmless, just part of getting older. It's only when we look back that we realize the clues were there all along. But by then, it's too late to prepare. Too late to make those last memories count. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 key signs that often appear a year before an elderly person passes away. Some of them might be things you've seen, but brushed off. Others may seem minor, yet they speak volumes about the body's silent decline. Recognizing these signs early gives you a gift: the chance to provide better care, the space to create meaningful moments, and the opportunity to fill your loved one's final stage with comfort, dignity, and peace. Stay with us until the end, because understanding these signs can help you prepare emotionally and practically for what's ahead. When you know what's happening, you're not caught off guard. You're present, aware, able to make the most of the time you have left. Let's begin. 1. Significant weight loss. One of the earliest yet most overlooked signs is unintentional weight loss. At first it may seem subtle. A looser belt, clothes that don't quite fit anymore. Maybe your loved one's appetite fades a little, but it doesn't seem urgent. But here's the truth: losing weight without trying is rarely a good sign. It often means the body is no longer absorbing nutrients properly. Muscle mass begins to shrink. Vital systems slow down. Even though aging naturally causes some muscle loss, a rapid drop in weight signals something deeper. The body is struggling. Digestion weakens. Protein isn't processed efficiently. Muscles waste away. This leads to more than just frailty. It increases the risk of falls, weakens the immune system, and leaves the body vulnerable to infections. Often, there's also a change in appetite. Food just doesn't taste the same. Meals are skipped. Portions shrink. This isn't just a mood or preference, it's a biological shift. The body, sensing the end, stops signaling hunger the way it used to. Families try everything: favorite dishes, protein shakes, encouragement. But if the weight continues to drop, it's not just about food anymore. The body is preparing for a deeper transition. At this stage, comfort is key. Gentle, easy-to-eat meals. Small sips of hydration. Less about fixing, and more about supporting. If you notice ongoing weight loss, especially paired with fatigue or reduced activity, pay attention. This isn't vanity. It's the body quietly speaking. And it's time to listen, with love, clarity, and grace. 2. Extreme fatigue and weakness. The next sign is deep, unrelenting fatigue. Not just "I need a nap," tired. This is soul-deep exhaustion. Tasks like getting dressed, walking to the bathroom, even speaking, start to feel overwhelming. This isn't laziness. It's not a lack of motivation. It's the body conserving its final reserves of energy. As organ function slows, the body shifts from doing to preserving. The heart pumps less efficiently. Muscles weaken. Circulation declines. That's why many seniors nearing the end sleep more, rest longer, do less. Sometimes they seem fine one moment and drain the next. Emotionally, this fatigue can be heartbreaking. Someone once independent may now feel embarrassed, frustrated, or even ashamed that they can't do what they used to. They may withdraw from conversations, from hobbies, from people, not because they don't care, but because they simply can't. This is where compassion matters most. Don't push, don't judge. Instead, meet them where they are. Let them rest. Offer support without expectations. If your loved one is increasingly weak and tired, and no amount of sleep seems to help, it's likely a deeper transition is underway. This is your time to be present, gentle, kind. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much they can do. It's about how deeply they feel your love. 3. Cognitive confusion or emotional withdrawal. Another major sign is a change in thinking and communication. Someone once sharp, attentive, and articulate may now seem forgetful, confused, lost in familiar places. They may repeat themselves, struggle to find words, forget names, or even faces. Even if they never had memory issues before, this can begin to appear months, or a full year, before passing. This isn't just senior moments. As circulation weakens, the brain receives less oxygen and nutrients, and it begins to slow down. You might notice changes in personality too. Irritability, anxiety, or even calm detachment, as if they're slowly pulling away. They may speak less, engage less, spend long stretches in silence, not because they're angry or upset, but because the world is becoming harder to process. For families, this is one of the most difficult signs. It can feel like you're losing your loved one before they're really gone. But here's the truth. Even if they seem distant, even if they forget, your presence still matters. Touch, kind words, soft voices, familiar routines. These are the anchors that still reach them. If your loved one is withdrawing mentally or emotionally, don't panic. Don't try to snap them out of it. Instead, just be there. Let them feel safe, familiar, loved. 4. Frequent infections and slow healing. As the body prepares for its final phase, the immune system weakens dramatically. You might notice your loved one getting sick more often, a cold that won't go away, a mild infection that turns serious, a small wound that takes weeks to heal. These aren't just random setbacks, they're signs the body can no longer defend and repair itself. Infections like pneumonia, urinary tract infections, or skin sores become more common. Antibiotics don't work as well. Recovery takes longer. Even minor cuts or bruises may stay open or reopen after healing. Circulation is slower, so oxygen and nutrients don't reach the skin as they should. You might even miss the infection itself, because symptoms look different in the elderly. Instead of fever, they might just seem off, more tired, more confused, less hungry. These are subtle cues that something deeper is happening. And while it's tempting to fight every illness aggressively, there comes a time when comfort, not cure, is the kindest path. Cleanliness, hydration, skin care, a peaceful environment. These do more than medicine when the body is ready to rest. 5. Major changes in breathing and circulation. Perhaps the most striking sign comes near the end. Changes in breathing and blood flow. You may notice slower, shallower breaths, long pauses between inhales, irregular breathing rhythms, like speeding up, then slowing down again. This pattern, known as Cheney-Stokes respiration, is common in the final stages of life. At the same time, circulation declines. Hands and feet may feel cold. Skin may turn pale or even bluish, especially in the fingers and toes. The heart, now weaker, is prioritizing blood flow to vital organs, leaving the rest of the body behind. Breathing becomes harder, even during rest. A persistent cough may appear. Some experience a wet sound when they breathe, due to fluid buildup in the lungs. It may look like a cold, but it's the lungs growing tired. When this stage arrives, it's a clear sign that the body is nearing its final journey. So what can you do? You can't stop time, but you can fill it with love. Recognize the signs, accept the transitions, and focus on what truly matters. peace, presence, and the quiet power of simply being there, because at the end of life, it's not the grand gestures that matter. It's the whispered words, the gentle hands, the peaceful smiles, and the knowing that love, real love, was felt all the way through.